Well, this is a departure from what I normally do because I've not really done it before. So what I'm trying to do now is basically to try and show you what I do with, what I'm trying to do is a kind of like an educational video on how I publish at Kindle or republish at Kindle. So I'm hoping that people will try and get an insight on, or at least for beginners, on publishing with the Kindle. And this is the sort of thing that it will do. This is what I publish. It's a 6x9 book, and as you can see, it's very nice. It's a very good publication, and that's what I produce. It's black on white, and not doing this very well. I'm not set up for doing this sort of thing. Very unprofessional, but video wise anyway. But it's a very nice book, and 6x9, and as you can see, this is my library, and I've been doing this for about 20 years, so I kind of know what I'm doing now. So that's my introduction, and that's my few words. Yes, I'm very professional at doing this, as you can tell, so I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, that's my introduction. So enough of me. Let's get on with the video itself. So here we go then. I've done all my apologies in the introduction. So here we go. I'm using the Apple Mac, as I've explained, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to Safari. We will open up Safari, and we're going down to the Kindle bookshelf. This is my Kindle bookshelf. Now I've got these 7 books here, of which I've already published 3, and the one I'm going to do now is this. I arrived back in 1870. So I'm going to highlight that, and then I'm going to Command C to copy and put that in the title, Command V, and then search. Now I've already published this already, so there it is. What I've done is I've rewritten it and created a new cover. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to edit the book details. And here it is. So we're going to go through this quite quickly. Won't take very long. It's book 4. There's a series title is Time Girl, book 4. The edition number, that's the name I write under, Molly Cutpurse. The contributors is, well, no need to have that, so that can go, Molly Cutpurse. Now I have slightly rewritten the description, so you might have to get used to the way I work this Mac. If I swipe down here, oh, it's nothing opened. Okay, let's go up here to the Finder. So my ideas, these are my stories. The only one that I arrived, see, that's the way I'm looking at. I arrived back in 1870. All the ones in red are the ones I've done so far. I arrived back in 1870. People in the Mac will be able, people who have Macs will be able to follow this. I'm sorry that you people who are running PCs, you have a different way of doing this. I'm going to look at it like this. Now, one of the things that will help you a lot is to have all your documents ready to go. In this case, this is the final document, and in this instance it's in Pages, which is what Apple likes. That's its word processor. That's the final document. But Amazon doesn't like Pages. It likes docx. So after I've done it in Pages and completed it in Pages, I made a copy in docx, which is what I'm going to be uploading in a second. But because I also want to publish it in a paperback, it won't like docx. It will like it in a PDF. So I created a PDF as well. But at the moment, what we want is a back piece. So I'm going to double click that, and I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to copy that, and we're going to go back to here, and we're going to highlight that, and we're just going to paste that in. Not much has changed. A little bit has changed, but not much. Does the book's cover or interior contain sexually explicit images? Or does the book's title contain sexually explicit language? No, it doesn't, because I don't do that sort of thing. Primary marketplace, amazon.co.uk, because I'm English. Now, categories. For this, I've already done stuff. I have these two here. This is for, you notice I've got everything prepared, and this is something that you should do. Get stuff prepared. This is my categories for the Kindle. Double click it, and here it is. Just drag it across, so it's there. These are my placements, and you'll see why in a second. We're going to choose categories. So going back here, choose categories, and it will, let's choose the first one, and you can see up here science fiction and fantasy. Science fiction, time travel. Science fiction, time travel. Add another category. Literature and fiction, women's fiction. Literature and fiction, women's fiction. Psychological. There's the psychological. Another category. Literature and fiction. Historical fiction. Women's fiction. And that's done. Move along, move along. See, all I've done is copied that. Once I did this on the first book, up here, I was left in 1871. I just took a little copy of that, a screenshot of that, and did that. And I've just copied that for all the books. So categories. Continue. And now I've done that. That can go there. This one is for the hardback or the paperback, and they're different. We'll get into that in a little while. Save and continue. Saving and saving There you go. Now we have a receipt. Got to the point we're going to go for the manuscript. So it's already uploaded, of course, because it's already uploaded, but we're going to upload the manuscript. So we're going to go to My Ideas. It's a real pain in the arse having so many books. And we're going to just keep checking things all the time. I arrived back in 1870. That's what we're doing. I arrived back in 1870. And we're looking for docx. And luckily, the Mac is clever enough. It will not let me choose anything else. Well, it will let me choose the PDF. But I want to choose the docx. Upload. Thank you very much. I do apologise if you can hear any extraneous noises. It's the neighbours who love EastEnders. I do apologise for them. I will try and possibly drown them out with a bit of classical music over the top. Now, I'm going to put in a new cover here, but I won't start that until this starts going. It won't be a second. Here we go. Come on, baby. Come on, baby, 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 baby. Come on. Come on. Come on, it's only about 80,000 words. You can do better than that. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Alright, have a cigarette. Oh, done it. Okay, not have a cigarette then. Okay. Now we can go on to here. I like to make things, I like to wait until something's happened before I go on to the next thing. Upload my cover file. See, it's gone right back to the beginning. I arrived in 1870. That's the one I'm doing. Notice I'm very careful. As I'm finishing these books, I turn them red, so I know exactly what I'm doing. I arrived back in 1870. Upload. So we just go and do that. Now we can have a little vape, because that's what I do nowadays. Sound of me vaping. Okay. This won't take very long. The new cover will appear. This is still processing the file. This is definitely a process that will take a little time. You have to be patient. These are the books that I've done already, and they are there because I'm transferring them eventually to my other machine, which runs my website. Because this machine, this fantastic £2,000 Macintosh that I've got, Apple Mac, will not run my website. So it has to be taken over to an Intel processor, which will run my website. Don't worry, it's a whole new thing. It's a first world problem that I have. Come on, come on. I like to wait. What I can do in the meantime is, do I use AI tools in creating text, images and translations in my book? No, I do not, because I hate AI. There we go. Now I know I'm missing a table of contents, but I do not give my authors, my readers, table of contents. Because they're novels. And you have to go back to about 1924 when books gave novels table of contents. I'm beginning to ramble now, so I'll shut up. Right, so that's done. Manuscript check complete. Cover uploaded successfully. There's a new cover. Now, we found 3 possible spelling errors. Fair enough. I'm going to increase this a little bit because it does like a bit of space. We will launch the preview. Right. I know what these things are now. Is that the right spelling of antibiotics? I have to question that. Let's open up dictionary. Is that the right spelling of antibiotics? Now, I've got the right spelling here. I had wondered how I managed to recover so quickly. It became a conversation that the doctor and I had upon him visiting me one day, not long after. What are these antibiotics? Right, this is a woman from 1870 saying, what are these antibiotics? She's not saying it properly. Some farmyard medicine. Antibiotics. 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 Right, she's saying it wrong. And then the modern woman is connecting. The modern woman is correcting her. Antibiotics. No, Mrs. Blackwater. So I'm going to leave that right. I'm going to leave that as it is because the woman from 1870 doesn't know what antibiotics is and she's calling it antibiotics. So I'm happy with that. And as to this Fujimag, that's part of a car that she doesn't know what the hell it is. Well, by the time it had been taken care of and told that it would take about 10 days to fix the Fujimag or whatever he said was wrong with it, I'm happy with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Ignore all. Quite happy with that. That's 2 things that were wrong. I'm quite happy with that. Nothing wrong with those spellings. Fine. Happy we're wrong with those spellings. That's fine. Save and continue. So going back in time, there's a lot of odd spelling there, which is weird. Visit the promotion page to manage, which means that I am already with KDP Select. All territories. Amazon.co.uk. Make sure you're with Amazon.co.uk. That's okay. Pricing royalty. It's already at 99p. Excuse me. I always sell at 99p because I'm not a greedy bugger. There is only 2 books of mine that sell for more than 99p. In fact, one of them sells at about £2.89, and that's only because it's got nearly 1 million words. I'm quite happy with that. Publish. And that. And now we're going to start the paperback. And here's the great news about this. We are mostly set up. We're into book 4. Time Girl, book 4. Molly, cut purse. It's taken out the contributor's name. That's all great because we've done that. I own the public work. Yes, yes, yes. No sexual images. Minimum 18. Change this, definitely. We do not want to publish on Amazon.com. Must change that. Make sure that's that. So now we've been to book categories again. Now we go to this. And this is different. I wish I knew why they did it different. I'm going to have to make this smaller again. There you go. Then now we choose the categories, and for some reason it's very simple. Science fiction and fantasy. Science fiction and fantasy. Science fiction and fantasy. Science fiction. Time travel. Books. Literature and fiction. Literature and fiction. Women's writers and fiction. Women's writers and fiction. Women's popular fiction. Another category, literature and fiction. And historical. And there we are. Much easier for some reason. That's it. Keywords, exactly the same. My book was publication date are the same. Release my book for sale now. Excuse me. Release the book for sale. Save. And that can go away as well. And we can make this a little bit bigger again. Okay, we're going to assign an ISBN, which is nice and free. It's free. Thank you very much, Kindle. That will be on the back. Now, these are my choices. You might have more choices. I go for a black and white interior. I always do a 6x9. No bleed. Try and read these things. Excuse me a second. No bleed. And a matte. All these are more expensive. I go for the cheapest option. I will show you a book. To show you what it looks like. I'm going to upgrade the manuscript now. There you go. It will take us here. So, let's upload that. So, again, check. I arrived back in 1870. You wouldn't believe, really, I've done this and I've uploaded the wrong book. Trust me, I've uploaded the wrong book. I've got 86 books here. I've uploaded the wrong book before. And somebody's written to me, said, I bought this book. It's nothing like the book I've written. I've had to go, oh God. It's really, it's quite something else maintaining this lot. You think it's bad writing a book, you're trying to maintain all this lot. Sorry, I'm rambling now. Back to where I was. Right, okay. I arrived back in 1870. We are uploading now the PDF. Because that's what it wants, a PDF. Upload the PDF. And the PDF, by the way, is in the 6x9. It's not in an A4 size. Really should stop vaping. See, it's a 6x9, whereas the other two were an A4 size. So we've uploaded the manuscript and that will come through in a second. Now, here we go. The interesting part of this, and this used to give me nightmares, the cover creator. This is the part that used to give me nightmares. You think, upload a cover that you already have. Well, I have a cover. I do have a cover. They should make it so that, I mean, I have a cover. I do have a cover. There's my cover. Not this particular one, but I have a cover. There's my cover. I arrived back in 1870. I have actually two covers. This is the cover in where are you? Affinity Photo 2. Affinity Photo 2. I designed it in Affinity Photo 2. Now, Amazon will not accept that. So I designed it in that, and then I make a JPEG out of it. So this is the one that I'm going to upload. So I have to make two. This is the one I'm going to upload. You think, oh, upload a cover that I've already got, but they mean let me explain. It's easier for me to do. If I upload that, it's wrong. It's best to do this. Launch cover creator. Pay attention now. Choose a design, style and edit, preview. Got it? Don't show me this again. I leave that. Let's continue. We're going to take it from my computer. Okay. This is what I do. You might want to do something different. This is what I do. I arrived back in 1870, and there's my JPEG. Luckily, it chooses it. Thank you very much. Upload. Now, it gives me six illustrations. If I'd have chosen that other one, it would have just stretched it all the way across here, like this. It would have just looked awful. It would have just stretched it right the way across. That would have looked awful. That's not what I want. This is what I want. So I choose this design. This is the quick tutorial that you can read if you like. This is the most important thing. The red dotted line is the margin. All text will have to will need to remain within this line. That's basically all you need to know. Let me show you. Now, you've got your face that's going to go on here. Let's click that. I'm going to get an image from my computer. Now, I'm going to use this one, which is why it's here. See, everything here is there. I'm going to go searching for it. It's on my desktop. There's my desktop. It's here. This is my Agatha picture. Because it's the same. It's the same type of picture that Agatha Christie. It's my mirror of Agatha Christie. So let's go here, and there it is. Agatha Christie did one very, very similar. She's sitting there with her typewriter, surrounded by her books. So I did that. Let's upload that. Take a couple of seconds. It's a very large file, but it's a very good file. It's very sharp, very clear. There it is. Now, here's the thing. I've got to get my back piece. So let's go here. Double click that. I've got to get this back piece on the back cover. So highlight that, copy that, let that go. Let's go back up to here. I'm going to click this once and it will make it disappear. I'm going to click that once. Don't do anything else. Now with my right mouse button, paste. And it's done. Oh, you can fart, excuse my language, you can fart about doing auto fit, changing the font, doing bold, doing this, doing everything. Good grief, you can mark about. Honestly, that's the best you can do. Leave the computer to do it by itself. Your only problem is making sure everything is within this red line. You will notice that when I designed this cover, I made sure, and I only did this through experience, that everything is reasonably away from this dreaded red line. And I did this through experience. Now, when I preview this, it should have no problems at all. This used to drive me mad in the early days. Maybe they've improved it, but it used to drive me absolutely bonkers. I'm going to save and submit. That does not look too bad. Got the eyes in there. That says everything. The colour's okay. Everything's fine. Going to save and submit that. We haven't finished yet. So we've got the free ISBN. We're going back to that. We've got that. We've got that. It's still processing the file. That won't be long. And did I use AI tools in creating text, images and translations for your book? No, we didn't, because we hate AI. We hate AI. There we go. Still processing, still processing. Uploaded successfully, cover uploaded successfully, launch previewer. Now this will tell us if we're doing anything wrong. Let me give it a bit of space, because sometimes it says your screen is not small enough, or too, yes, there we go. We're winning. If it's gonna not like it, it will come up with loads of red writing here. Loads and loads of red writing, and sometimes it can be awful. For instance, you can click on here. This is what your book's going to look like. It will say on page 24, line 3, it goes over the line, and you think line 3 is going over the line here. Well, how can that be? How can that be? That doesn't make any sense. How can that be? That doesn't make any sense. Because it's if line 3's over the line, surely line 4 should be over the line. But no. So you have to go back into pages or whatever word processing you've got, and you have to alter all the margins. Can be a pain in the bottom. So, but here, no redness. Everything looks fine. Everything looks fine. All the numbers there. Everything looks good. So approve. Approve. Lovely. We've got that, we've got that, we've got that, we've got that. No, that. It will cost £3.66 per book if I want to buy it for myself. But we will save and continue. Save and continue. And territories now. Amazon.co.uk. Yes. And to sell to people, it's £6.10. I don't know who's going to buy this. I've sold a lot of Second World War stories, which is where my main people do buy. Most people buy on Kindle, but I've had people come up to me and say, my mum loves your Second World War books, but she doesn't like the Kindle. She likes real books. So, and I say, oh, okay, I'll make it available as real books. But to be perfectly honest, I don't think anybody's going to buy this as a real book. So I'm just making it available as a real book. So we're doing this at, say, £6.99. There you go. So the royalty is 53p. I don't expect to sell many, if any. There you go. So that's what it's like for that. Can't see anybody buying that at all, not at that price. And publish the paperback. There you go. I just had an idea that it might be an idea to actually show you how I arrive at my typography using Pages. So I might do that. Might make a separate video about typography using Pages. So I arrived back in 1870, book 4, £6.99, done. That will probably come through within 6 hours. They say that it takes days, but I don't know with me. So that's the fourth one. I was left. I went back. I returned. I arrived back. Actually, I love this series. The main protagonist is called Luna. And I do love this series. So, having said that, that's now done. I can now go like that. And like that. And she's now done. So keep that up to date. And go back to here. That is now done. Here. So I arrived back in 1870. That can now go have a red tag attached to it. The next one is I was sent to 1868. So that as an empty tag next to it. So that's my next story ready to be done. So all we've got here is we've got all the old stuff in there. So all we've got there is that ready to go. I was sent to 1968. And there's the back piece for that. So we're kind of ready to go. So we close that down and live updates in review, and that's updates in review. We can close that down, then close that down, and update. I arrived back in 1817. Those 4 are ready to go. I was sent to 1868. So my ideas. So I was sent to 1868. Right, so that goes in there. So that's ready to go. So these are the last 2 to go. And I think that's it. Thank you very much for following along. I hope you learned something, and thank you very much.